Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Police question suspect in 9-year-old rape and murder case. Opposition spokesman on health questions Ministry of Health's data on dengue death. And later in sports, Harborview regained top spot in CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. The 27-year-old suspect in the rape and murder of 9-year-old Talia Thompson in Discovery Bay, St. Ann, is being questioned by the police. Detectives started their interrogation on Tuesday. The suspect remains in hospital where he's been since the September 23 incident. He reportedly attempted to take his life after allegedly killing the child. TVJ News understands that he's recovering from his injuries and has been cooperating with the police. Meanwhile, a candlelight service will be held on Sunday, October 1, for Talia at their family's home at Portland Road in Discovery Bay. Meanwhile, the Jamaica Teachers Association, JT, wants the authorities to use the full force of the law to bring Talia Thompson's killer to justice. A team from the association visited her school in Discovery Bay, St. Ann yesterday. Kelisha Williams reports.
It's a walkthrough that JTA President Leighton Johnson hopes he will never have to do again. He's paying support to the Discovery Bay Primary and Infant School after a 9-year-old student, Talia Thompson, was raped and killed on Saturday.
It's not an easy situation, so as the Jamaica Teachers Association, we are just here to stand in support and to make a statement to the nation that we cannot allow situations like these to continue in our country.
Since Talia's tragedy, the school has been hit hard, especially since the suspect, we were told, attended the school as a child. And more concerning, he's someone who Talia's family trusted to keep her safe. As a result, church leaders have been appealing for the suspect to get nothing but the death penalty. As for the Jamaica Teachers Association,
we are going to make a very, very loud appeal to the authorities to leave no stones unturned to ensure that this matter is brought to closure and the perpetrator is given the full force of the law.
Mr. Johnson believes the nation has been a failure to the most vulnerable, and it appears violence against children is being normalized. He believes more Jamaicans should be calling out these vicious attacks.
It is a difficult period, it's a difficult moment, it is a difficult concept to understand. And we would want our nation to stand together to ensure that acts like these that constantly are meted out to our children should stop. In no uncertain terms, we cannot continue as a nation to have our children suffering at the hands of adults.
In the meantime, he's encouraging guidance counselors across the parish to continue supporting the school. Kelisha Williams.
And police in Clarendon are reporting an increase in sexual molestation cases of children from as young as 5 years old by older men. The details in this report. The high incidence of sexual abuse against children continues to be a cause for concern for law enforcement. Head of the Clarendon Police, Superintendent Carlos Russell, says the cases in the parish are troubling.
A lot of cases are being reported of persons having sex with underage children. I'm seeing age as low as 5-year-old. 5, 8, 9, 10, 13-year-old. So I'm saying to us, we need to be careful who we leave our children with.
He had this warning for predators.
I'm saying to the men, look, let us leave the children alone. Let us leave the children alone. There are too many adults out there who are in need of male companion. So tell the man them just let me put them alone. Left to pick them alone.
Meanwhile, the Clarendon head is also calling on more citizens to assist the police in reducing crime in the parish.
I'm asking your people, I'm asking you for your support. I'm asking you to support the police, report the guns, report the gangsters them. Look, try and keep your community safe, and we are here to help you. Whatever assistance you need, just call and we will be there.
To other news now, opposition spokesman on health Dr. Maurice Guy continues to question the Ministry of Health's data on dengue deaths. As Carrie Simpson reports, he also remains critical of the country's response to the outbreak.
Opposition spokesman on health Dr. Maurice Guy is blasting the government for its handling of the current dengue outbreak. Of concern is the Ministry of Health's revelation that there have been no confirmed dengue deaths, but 6 cases are under investigation. Dr. Guy insists he has seen death certificates implying they're dengue related.
Against the background that we usually see these cases July onwards in Jamaica, and when you think that in the Latin American region, in Brazil, in other areas of South America, we are seeing increases of cases of dengue, the ministry should have taken the position then to secure samples of the reagents or the samples of reagents to test the samples that come into the sector.
He says the health ministry should apply lessons coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic.
We have been through this before. 2019 was a case in point. And 2019, we did not have any PCR machines, and then we had to send to CARFA. Now we are in a position to do the testing here in Jamaica, and unfortunately, we still have to send the samples to CARFA to have them done. I think this is a dereliction on the part of the government in not procuring the samples. No, we are running around like chickens without heads, trying to get samples from partner agencies and other countries who may have stocked up.
And Dr. Guy reacted to the news that the health ministry says it has spent millions of dollars to enhance its vector control program.
The ministry pumping control into vector control activity is good, but to pump money into drain cleaning, which I've said before, is the purview of the National Works Agency, which falls on the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, as well as the Ministry of Local Government. The Ministry of Health should be doing more, or should have done more, in terms of getting vector control officers out there on the ground.
In the meantime, the opposition spokesman says because the Aedes aegypti mosquito is also responsible for other viruses, he's urging the government to be proactive in procuring reagents for testing for chickpea in Jamaica, as there has been an increase in that virus in the region. Carrie Simpson.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. At least 40 positions on the Transport Authority staff listing were not approved by the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. That's according to the Auditor General's Special Auditor report. It also said the contracts of 3 senior managers were not approved by the Finance Ministry. The Auditor General has recommended that the Transport Authority ensure that its human resource practices are in keeping with its human resource and administration policy. It should also regularize its operations with the Ministry of Finance and Planning Service pertaining to the unapproved positions and contracts. It's now time for the Business Minute.
IEC Energy Limited St. Lucia, which is the majority shareholder of Siboney Group, is making a bid to acquire the remaining equity in the Jamaican company from its existing shareholders. IEC Energy has issued a takeover bid circular in which it is offering to buy the remaining 28.89% equity for 5 cents per share. The offer is being made in compliance with the mandatory takeover requirements of the regulations and the code of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE. Siboney Group is a listed company and has an issued share capital which currently comprises 546 million stock units. Further afield, the green light has been given for the controversial Rosebank offshore development by regulators. Located 80 miles west of Shetland, Rosebank is the UK's largest untapped oil field and is estimated to contain up to 300 million barrels of oil. Development and approval has been given to owners Equina and Ithaca Energy following reassurances over environmental concerns. The plan has faced widespread criticism due to its impact on climate change. Supporters of the project say it is vital for the energy security as it will reduce reliance on imports. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Kalisha Williams.
Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, has launched a new initiative aimed at expanding access to non-communicable disease NCD services within primary healthcare services. PAHO Director Dr. Jarbas Barbosa said the guiding principle is ensuring primary healthcare services to address NCDs that are high quality, safe, comprehensive, integrated, access available, and affordable for everyone. He said as part of the initiative, the PAHO Regional Revolving Funds will offer member states an NCD bundle to ensure countries to access high-quality, affordable medicines to treat diseases and chronic respiratory diseases. On the international scene, the self-declared Republic of Nagorno-Karabakh will cease to exist effective January 1, 2024, after its president signed a decree dissolving state institutions following its defeat by Azerbaijan. The Azerbaijani victory last week triggered a huge exodus of ethnic Armenians living in Nagorno-Karabakh and marked the end of decades of conflict and potentially the end of centuries of Armenian presence in the region. And Israel's Supreme Court has started hearing petitions against a new law making it hard to declare a prime minister unfit for office. 11 of the 15 Supreme Court judges were hearing Thursday's arguments. Within 2 months, the court would have heard arguments on 3 cases that challenge laws passed by Benjamin Netanyahu's government this year. Thursday's petition, however, affects Netanyahu most personally. The law states that only the Prime Minister himself or the cabinet with a 2/3 majority can declare the leader unfit and only due to physical or mental incapacity. And those are the top regional and international stories. I'm Carrie Ann Simpson.
We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report.